This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by the Art League of Ocean City.
Well, CoastLife, we know that for those who are the caretaker of somebody with memory loss and memory issues, it can be a very taxing and overwhelming job, but luckily there are people there to help guide you through it, like Ileana Kadushin with Stories Love Music. And you guys are teaming up with the Art League of Ocean City for a really special event. Tell us a little bit about Stories Love Music and what you guys do as an organization.
So I was living in Brooklyn, New York, and Hurricane Sandy hit. Yes. And as a musician living in the city, working in advertising, I was asked to come in with my husband to a hurricane shelter. And when we saw how music was landing on people who didn't have a home, who were older, suffering with different illnesses, and they literally said to us out loud, you musicians being here and doing something with us that's creative makes us feel like someone cares about us. I took that day as sort of a light bulb moment of like, how can the arts meet people in need? How can the arts meet, music specifically, meet healthcare? I then went on to do like 5 years of field work where I was going in with musicians to memory units. And then I took all that information and started the nonprofit Stories Love Music down here on the shore in 2017. Nice. The program we created is called The Joy of Creative Engagement. I'm not a healthcare expert, I'm not a caregiver, I'm someone that came in from the arts and said, if people are going to do that hard job, you said, of taking care of someone with memory impairment, we need them to sustain and we need them to feel inspired to continue and to keep compassion for the person they're taking care of.
Yeah, I mean, those are all really hard things to maintain, I think, especially if you're a sole caregiver or, there's just a small team of caregivers of round-the-clock, constant care, that you need that break. You need that connection, I think, to you and yourself a little bit because you do get so caught up in all of that. So you guys are teaming up with the Art League for an event that's coming up. Tell us about this event.
We're teaming up with the Art League, and this coming Thursday is the opening party. This is a 3-day event called Creative Engagement Empowering Caregivers Symposium. It's the first of its kind in this area. I'm delighted to kick it off. The party is a celebration, live music, food, art. It's really, if people come, and I hope they would come and buy a ticket and come because it's really a sign. It's saying we want to support this event. The next day, which is Friday, all day, caregivers and healthcare workers are coming to the Art League. And from early morning to late in the afternoon, they are going to have experiences that are laid out just for them. Sound healing, a caregiver relaxation room, conversations, discussions, like interactive workshops where they learn, mostly it's like, we want them to feel celebrated. We want them to be like, wow, someone created an event just for me. I can come here, I can relax, I can focus on self-care, but I can also learn creative tools that I could use in the most challenging moments of my caregiving. So it's going to be an educational event, the symposium, but we hope people come out and say, wow, that was also fun while I was learning.
I love this. And tell us a little bit about the partnership, too, with the Art League. What makes this such a successful partnership?
Well, we're two nonprofits that are art-based organizations. The Art League is this actual hub of art, right? They have this rotating exhibits of art. And we're an organization that actually teaches people how to use artistic forms, for us, music, for something in healthcare. So the idea that two organizations that both really believe in the power of art, the power of the creative process for wellness, right? I think the Eastern Shore and the world at large loves art. Sure. But sometimes it can be really relegated as like, this is a time for art, this is a time for creativity, and this is not a time for art. And actually, the research has already been done.
Yeah, I love that. Definitely agree. Yeah, I mean, I think, like you said, studies do show that connection to art and music often bring people that are struggling with memory loss back to something familiar to themselves. So if people do check out this event, and whether they're a caregiver or maybe they're just hearing this and they want to get involved with Stories Love Music, how can people do that?
Yeah, you're right on when you say, the symposium itself is actually sold out, the caregivers and the healthcare. So we just want the community that is like, I've had caregivers in my life, people I know that are amazing caregivers, or or just having that respect for the people that work in memory units or assisted livings, you can go to OC Art League, to their website. I think it's ocart.org, or even storieslovemusic.org. And there's links to tickets to buy a party ticket. It's Thursday night. Everybody likes to go out and have a good time, right?
Yeah.
Drink, listen to live music. But when you actually get to do that and know that you are serving the healthcare and memory care world of the Eastern Shore, I think that's a win-win.
You get to feel good about it too. Yes. So sounds like we got some Thursday plans for you, all taken care of. You can party it up and feel good while you're doing it and give back to the community. Well, Ileana, thank you so much for coming in and sharing about what you do and this event that you guys have coming up with the Art League of Ocean City.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Speaking of getting creative, when we get back, maybe you're getting your hands a little dirty. We'll tell you how you got some DIY classes that you can attend when CoastLife gets back.